Yo, what is going on, my fellow cloners? I come here to show you a MOC that I have made. Now, the planet I have made this MOC on is a strange planet, and what I did is a little out of the ordinary from classic Star Wars, if you like. This is probably, I would say, a little bit more on the realistic side, but then the planet brings it apart. So, as you can tell from the title, this is the planet, I believe it is pronounced Chrystac, some along those lines. And if you do not know what Chrystac, wow, my mouth does not want to say that. If you don't know about this planet, it is full of radioactive lava seas and volcanic glass plateaus. So it is a very interesting planet. It has type 4 atmosphere, so you have to have an environmental suit, or like an EVA suit, whatever you want to call it. And that is why I have here 2 of the Imperial's finest rad troopers. Rad meaning radiation. Not like they're cool, but rad troopers. We'll get more into depth with this. We'll do an overhead shot. We'll do the terrain. Well, let's get into that overhead shot. Alrighty, so here is the overhead shot. Sorry for my shaky hands. And I'll explain why it looks like this and why there's so many studs and that later when we get to the power plant itself. But here, as you see, it is on a 48 by 48 base plate. We'll go over the terrain section first. We'll go on the exterior of the power plant, then we'll get into the interior. There's 2 separate rooms in the interior. And yeah, so let's delve right into this this little section down here. So as I stated before, Chrystac has radioactive lava seas, and upon further reading of the planet on Wikipedia, some of it was underground, and it would seep through the crust and all that, and it would damage the electronics. So here I have a pump. Well, here I have a pump, and they're kind of like pumping it up into a sea, at least in this specific area. And what they're doing in the power plant will explain why it's right here. But you see, since it is radioactive, I try to put radioactive elements, what I would think radioactive elements would be. So we have the classic, what I use for lava, the cheese slopes that are trans orange. But I also mixed in a few trans yellow and a few trans green to get that, because when I think radioactive, I think of green and yellow. And like glowing green and yellow. So that's why I have that here. But because it is a volcanic planet, I have my classic volcanic terrain. So that's the base color of black, and that is throughout the entirety of the MOC. And I have, after that, the reddish brown, which I have tidbits every once in a while. Big old patch here, and then up there. And then I have dark orange in here as well, just because I find that kind of like orangey, and like lava is orangey, and like volcanic planets are orangey. Anyway, we have dark brown here for a pathway, which you'll see why later when we get to the interior over there. And we just have some rocks, some studs that are only here during the pathway. Also, to continue here outside, and we'll get to the minifigs here in a second, I have this little pile of parts here. I like it, but I've been doing this recently, just have a pile of parts. We got some gears, we got some, I forgot what these are called, the ones that you can do sideways. I'm not a very big gear person, but I can't speak, I'm sorry. We got pickaxes, we got chains for to add fullment, to make it look full, and we just have a random blaster here. Now, let's get into the minifigs and then the exterior. We'll go over him because they are exactly the same. So, we just have them with a classic carbine here, so nothing special. But they are rad troopers, so they have to have special experimental outfits on. I know this looks like a scout trooper, but from the picture, this is the closest Imperial minifig I had to it. I gave him my dark red arm because in the picture of Rad Troopers, their color is kind of dark red, and they have some dark red pauldrons, but I don't have dark red pauldrons. So I did a dark red arm. And on the back we have the kind of aspect that makes it an environmental suit, an EVA suit that regulates all the body temperatures and all of that. It's got a pretty low body temperature right now. Maybe that's how hot it is in the suit or something. But very basic trooper, and I have two of them. One of them is walking with, put this back. One of them is walking with a rad detector. I don't exactly know what they're called in real life, but it detects how many rads are there and if you can like walk outside or something. And he's just looking for the radiation levels. Basically, that's that. So let's get into the exterior of the base itself, the fusion plant. Alrighty, so at first you will notice that it is a little curvy, and the plates curve up, but there's a specific reasoning for that. We'll get to in a second. And then here on the exterior we have this little doorway, and we'll get into that momentarily. So, as I stated in the beginning of the video, the radioactive elements in the lava would mess up the electronics of the Imperial bases and all of that. So this here is an angled, they're supposed to be like armored plating, but it blocks the radiation, so they're able to have technology, because this is a very technology advanced building. It is a nuclear power plant. Over here we have some basic, real quick, immediate communications, so that you can communicate back and forth. The door here we'll get into is, I had it be a tall door, as you see. The camera on my stand doesn't get all the way up, but it's just using 75 slopes and all of that, just to get kind of like the curvy aspect, to continue with that, they sloped. But in here we have a door. Unfortunately, I do not have the door functional because of the way I built it. I didn't think of it at the time, and I don't know why I didn't think of it at the time. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. But it's very basic mechanics. We got the white and black here for the Imperials, and then we just have the classic kind of like, if they needed to open it manually, there's that, and there's a 6-bar down there. But it is an airlock type, because this is atmosphere type 4, so it has to be airlock, otherwise it'll be blown out. We will not rotate this around because that will expose the back and the interior, and the interior is my favorite part. But on top, you'll notice there are 4 16 by 8 tiles, and the reason I have these here and why they're angled a specific way is it's the continuation of the armored plating, but it's more dense here, and you'll see why once we get in there. And as you see over here, it's not as dense, but it's supposed to be more dense here. And I have it kind of made it look like it's thrown on here real quick, because the technology, like a kind of equivalent to a CME here on Earth, would happening, and they had to throw these down real quick. But let's get into the first room of the interior, and then we'll get into the best interior part. Alrighty, so this room is very simple. This room actually came last minute, so I decided to, okay, hold on, what? This room was last minute, and it kind of popped into my head, and realized that's why I had the door here, so why not add it? Obviously, this Imperial Troop Transfer is not minifig scale, but I threw it in there anyway, but let's get rid of it for right now. We have on here on the wall, we have a real quick gun rack. Scoot you up. They're just using some of these handlebar pieces. I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're using those specific types of pieces. I don't have any on hand right now, so I can't show you, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And it's basically just on the 4x4 with the 1 row of studs, and I have like a rocket launcher and a few weapons. It's kind of a grab and go. Here we have a kind of little pipe that goes up to almost to the top, but not all the way to the top. And this is supposed to be like a wire showing that red light that it's not prepped to go outside. But this green light over here means that the airlock is closed and you're able to take off your helmet and your environmental suit here. And this grate here is just here to be here, I guess. Alright, let's get into the best part of this MOC, and that will be the second room of the interior. Alrighty, so unfortunately the roof is not removable, and I kind of did that on purpose, but also not, because of the armor plating and all that, make it more immersive, but I can still show you everything. So, as you can tell in the title, this is a nuclear power plant, and they are testing radioactive elements for the most successful power. So in here you'll see it is the part there. So basically they are filtering out the radioactive elements and the lava, and they're like flowing it through, and they're flowing through the pure form of the radioactive element in here. You see we've got a bunch of coils in here that's like heating it up, and it's in this little container. And if we go to the top, you'll see that there is a tube, and it's running down, and there's multiple tubes coming out of here. And if we move this guy real quick, the clean room guy, you'll see there is a tube here that is going into the wall there in the corner. And there's another tube in the back that's twisting around itself and going into the wall. Here we have a bunch of computers and different types of kind of sensors and that around. We have a worker here. He's in full gear, like radioactive gear, but he does not have a helmet. I would include hazmat people, but I don't have any hazmat troopers, like the hazmat suits, and I really want those, so I'm going to be on the lookout for those. But here we have a basic computer display and a bunch of instruments. Same with over here. This one's a little taller of an instrument, and it reads some stuff. We have like a little opening, and they're testing effects on like I don't know. But there's something in there that they are testing the effects on. And here we have another trooper. He has the same kind of attire on. Here we have a wall-mounted display that was able to move up and down. And then the display is able to move, because it's a hinged piece. So that is that. And I'll move this so we can get into here more. We have up higher on the wall real quick, we have the tube that connects from there to there, and we have some nice wall design going all the way down throughout the entire thing. Here we have another computer display saying people are coming, and they're showing that the two rad troopers are here, because this is secret and they don't want the rebellion to know about this. Down here are some more instruments, and here is where the second tube comes out of and connects. Let me rotate you guys over here. You'll look at this clean room guy. He's coming from the clean room to, well, he's coming to check on this stuff. So he isn't very well prepared, but he is clean, if you would like to say. So here's what he looks like. And he is coming over here to test this. This here is a little, if I can remove this. Here is like a rester where they kind of put fuel or something. Like I said, this is, what is this? Nuclear physics. I don't understand nuclear physics, so I just had a bunch of stuff in here to make it look cool. And we have this kind of radioactive tote or crate, whatever you like to call it. I like using them. And then there's this feeder mechanism using some grates and some of those kind of pieces that were used for the what are they, weapons. And I just kind of have it in here, kind of sitting, kind of feeding in there. And in the corner we have more crates, but they aren't the cool decorative yellow crates. And just some simple greebling on the walls. Over here we have some more greebling. That orange sign is supposed to be a simple radioactive like stuff, but I don't have that. Printed tile I do not have. Over here we have some lights and codes and stuff. I don't know what the codes are, but green probably means good, and orange probably means like mild or something. Maybe that there's a radioactive burst that's about to happen. It's going to mess up some of their technology. And then over here we have the storage. So they have these shelves, kind of the shelving unit where they keep their crates, and they have a whole bunch of different crates. We have the classic Lego crates. We have the radioactive crates. We have these cool crates here. And then we move these out of the way. We have kind of these fuel tanks here. More of the cool crates. Here we have this. I use this a lot in past MOCs and mini-MOCs, but that is here. And then on the inside we have some more of Lego crates, official Lego crates, and we have another one of these crates, but they are dark bluish gray and white. And this new crate design, I have not seen it before, but like I know I'm not the first to come up with this idea, but here it is. You're using, basically, it's connected like that. You just make two of these and you connect them together. I think it makes a cool kind of look, and I have that just sitting here in the corner. What's in there, I don't know. But here is another look at the interior. This is my favorite interior. This video is really long, so let's get right back onto the outside, or the exit shot, and we can leave you guys at that. Don't you guys just love these rad troopers? I just like the way that they look. They have like the sleek scout trooper. Anyway, tell me guys what you thought of this in the comment section below. Like, I know this is a long video, but I tried to make it short, but then I got carried away in the actual talk about the nuclear power plant interior, because that is my favorite interior. I don't know how many times I have to say that. But, like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy, and leave a like if you like this video. If this is the first video you're watching of mine and you really like it, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Or if you're just going through before you subscribe or something and you're just watching a few of my MOCs, make sure you subscribe, because that would be very helpful. Also, real quick, at the end of this video, this clip after my outro that says thanks for watching, I do have a little clip that a subscriber made for me, Lego Boy Studios. I'll leave a link to his YouTube and Instagram down in the description. And he made this because I was having some fun with the viewers on my Easter special live stream that was on my channel, so you can go and watch some highlights. It was 7 hours long, and he was interacting with us. He was quite nice, and he made me and Lieutenant Curious this clip. Like I said, it will be at the very end. It will be the last thing you see, last 12 seconds, I believe. But I will stop rambling. So make sure you leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and if you have any mini-MOC ideas or MOC ideas, comment them down below, and I will make them and give you a shout out when I make that video. I have a few on their way, so if you requested one, I haven't done it yet, don't worry, they are coming. But I will leave you guys at that. So I want you to have yourselves a very nice day, and this is Clone Production Studios signing off. Peace out, everyone.
I just wanna fuck bad bitches. For all them nights I never had bitches. Now I'm all up in that ass, bitches.